Welcome to the start of a new anime review series known as The Exiled Heavy Knight Knows How to Game the System. Anime Review Episode Number 1. We're going to discuss the first 3 episodes of this series. So, this series is another one of those reincarnation ones. And also, where he is a video game. But this is something different. First time I've ever seen this for any one of these video game ones where people go into the game itself or get reincarnated in the game. Because usually it's like a PC game, a console game, or like a handheld game. This is the first one I've ever seen where it basically was a VR game. Yeah, a virtual reality game. You know, those things you put on your head and do. Yeah, they're apparently what the thing is, I didn't know there was any fantasy games at all. I mean, the thing is, when it comes to virtual reality games, I haven't heard about a lot of them per se. Basically, the only one on top of my head I do know about Batman VR, which is okay. And there's also one where you actually do, I think it's sort of a Star Wars one, where you sort of do a lightsaber, which I actually did play that one at my work. Actually, during my Christmas party. This was not last year, but 2 years ago. But I'm like, that's interesting. Now, you probably think, okay, what wasn't Overlord kind of like that too? But thing is, that was in the future, not in present day. And as in the case of this guy here, you play this game for who knows how long. Usually, a lot of the time, these video game-based ones are just regular gamers, or just usually people who are just don't go, or basically just recluses half the time, or they're sick in bed playing these games, or in the case of Japan dating sim, forced to play these games for hours and then die of exhaustion. As for how this guy died, do not know. It's just that he just knows he's a reincarnation. His memories get a bit mixed up. So, our main character is Elymas who's voiced in the English dub, yes, English dub, by Von Barr Jr. I am not overly familiar with him. So, this is interesting though. Before I watched this anime, I was actually reading the manga. Yes, the manga adaptation of the series. I have not read the light novel, which for some reason has not actually been released here. No, it has. I've not heard anything ever released here, but the manga has released here digitally. I have read up until, I think it was like volume 14, I think it was the most recent volume I read. Yeah, 14. Actually, 13. 13 as far as I got with it. But I'm almost completely caught up with the thing. So, we start off with, now, this is a common thing with many different anime. We have an appraiser ceremony where we find out what class basically this person is. Not the first anime to come across like this. Bogus skill fruit master. The easygoing defense territory of Omniscient Lord. Let's see. There's also hero class. Those 3 most common ones I could think of. But at least 2 of them basically are reincarnation ones. This one is definitely one of those. So he gets appraised. I'm guessing he's a teenager. So he gets appraised. Now, this is common with the easygoing defense territory of an Omniscient Lord, where the father is not happy with basically the class is chosen. Unlike case here on class, the father was fine with it. Here, at least this one, he's not trying to frickin' murder him. Yeah, not trying to murder him. Because the father in easygoing defense territory, he basically, as soon as he found out the fact that his son didn't have the magic he actually was hoping he would have, he basically took out a sword and tried to murder his youngest son. Here, he was angry, but he wasn't trying to murder his son. That was a big difference. Plus, I also love, one thing I love of this anime is the sweeping camera movement. Now, the only anime I've ever seen this happen with the spinning around and running like the way they do is Demon Slayer. You would think, if you ever get a chance to watch this show, you think, was this made with the same studio who made Demon Slayer? No, it's a completely different studio. Yeah, and this is by far the first actual anime because sadly put, the first anime they worked on was it's called Gohan's. Started back in 2008. Apparently they were trying to adapt a series called Tokyo Babylon, which I think was a Clamp one. Yeah, they're trying to adapt this one for 2020, but there was some controversy surrounding it. Yeah, so the first anime they put out was a hentai. Yeah, it is a hentai. Kind of. It's based upon an erotic novel. Erotic visual novel. Yeah, it's basically hentai. But I've seen what the animation looks like. The animation here is completely different because that came out in 2009. This was this year. And the network it's on is called JNN, which I think it's the Japanese news network. That's one who airs this thing. Now, here's the thing. All the anime, basically, they put out, except for one and this one, are like 12 or 13 episodes. This season is going to be approximately 26 episodes. Yes. Now, yes, it's made now. Yeah, you have to look up digitally. Apparently, you can purchase the actual manga on the Koisha's K manga app. I read it with a different thing. Mm-hmm. So apparently, Seven Seas Entertainment, great publication. They also publish light novels as well. They license it for English publication. So I'm gonna try to get through this. So okay, so father doesn't like it, and then all of a sudden we have a woman, a very beautiful woman. Her name is Malice, voiced by Katie Caruso. So, of course, they have the sweeping camera shot here, just like was with him. And they say she's from the Branch family. And she actually gets the class that the father wants to see somebody from his family get. Master Swordsman. She gets it. And she's proclaimed the heir to his house. As for our lead character, he is disowned. Well, actually, he's kicked out of the house. Elymas, he basically loses position as heir because he basically got position of heavy, and apparently he's defective. Despite the fact from his perspective, his knowledge is actually really strong. And I'm gonna have to stop after finish talking about this first episode because supper's ready. So basically he's given some money. Yes. Okay, I know. Can I finish, please? Thank you. So I know supper's ready, just hang on. So then he's given some money, and then he buys some armor with this really nice sword. It's not exactly full heavy armor per se, because he has no more helmet. He has like shoulder pads and some boots and some gauntlet, big like gauntlet sword. And basically he kills some monsters, kill some frogs, which they say it's the way they show like video game thing. And I'm going to have to stop right here because supper is ready. So, unexpectedly, I'm going to have to basically split this to two-parter. I don't like that at all. But I have no choice in the matter. So, I'll be back after dinner.